Hello, welcome to the first part of the Introductory BASIC tutorial. Now this tutorial series won't teach you any useful dialect of BASIC, but the dialect of the RetroRocket operating system. RetroRocket is a modern adaptation of the BBC BASIC system and is getting constant updates. Some of the stuff that it has is multitasking, modern file system support, and internet capability. It's a very nice operating system, but unfortunately it's not particularly useful. Now we will switch to the computer view. So here at the computer, we will of course clone this. But first, we will need a C compiler, which I already have. It's called GCC, and then QEMU and Tiger VNC. You will also need the xoriso command, which you can get from libisoburn, which you can just find from your just regular package manager, as well as the C compiler. So we will just quickly clone this. So I'm going to just copy and then open up my terminal. Then we're just going to make a new tutorial series folder and just go into it. And then we're just going to run my git clone command. Yeah, so I forgot to clone the git repository recursively. So on screen is the command to clone the repository recursively. Now once this is cloning, I'm going to tell you about what we actually need before we actually run it. So we don't have to do this later. We have to get the hard drive. So we can do this by, if I can remember what it is, we have to write wget https ://brainbox.cc/tmp/harddisk0.zip, and then we just unzip it with the unzip command, and we get the hard disk. We have to have it in this directory specifically. So then, since this is a CMake project, usually for CMake projects you make a new directory called build and run commands there. So we will do cmake dot dot in the build directory in order to initialize the project. And we will just run our normal make. Now, actually, I have realized that I have made a mistake. I have not cloned this recursively. So I will go back into the main. I will write git submodule in update --init, and this will clone the missing dependencies. Why did I forget this? It's not written in my script, and because I did this twice in a row, I am now doing it here with the submodule. I'm not going to do another take of this because that's boring. So we're cloning Limine, which is this is the bootloader that we're cloning here, which is very important. So we're just going to cd back into the build and then run make -j4. You don't need to do the -j4 part. I'm doing it because my computer is very strong and this takes a while. Okay, it didn't take that long. So because we just copied that hard drive like a few minutes ago, like a minute ago, we can just run /run.sh. If you have QEMU installed, we can just run it, and QEMU is running now. But you may be wondering, why is the window with the actual system not open? Where is our emulated RetroRocket? For this we will need Tiger VNC. So if you just open up and then open up the local host of port 5902 and click on connect or just press enter, and see we have loaded in to the RetroRocket basic shell. I will now show you a little bit around the RetroRocket shell, but I'm not going to teach you basic yet in this episode because even I don't know it yet, and I'm not even filming this like in order. So first we can do dir to list all the items in the directory. As you can see, there are programs in the programs directory, so we're just going to write programs, and then we just dir. Here are all of the interesting programs that the brain guy who made this decided to write. And there's also the version command we can run that shows what RetroRocket the shell version is, which is pretty neat. That concludes the RetroRocket tutorial part of this series, well, the introduction, where we set it up. In the next video, we will actually go through with learning BASIC and programming for RetroRocket.